Welcome everybody, July 25th. Today is Mentor Monday, and today we have a great topic, which is the heart of our life. I added the second part, which is how to create a business from service, because, and I'm so glad my friend Michael is here because he's one of the ones that actually has taught me about this a lot. And so it's a great topic that we should always be re-educating and revamping in our lives and in our teams, because a lot of people just focus on one or the other, but service is one of our pillars. And so I always want to put it out there every 2 or 3 months to just, check everything that's going on and make sure that all your team is aware of the things that are happening. So that's what I wanted to do today. And so we'll start with a video just to put ourselves in the mood. And the one I chose is from some of the members in the corporate offices in different parts of the world. And so let's watch it together. Nancy, can you see the video? Or Michael?
I grew up in South America in a country called Venezuela.
I grew up on the East Coast. I was 4 years old.
Yeah, I was 16.
I was living on my own at 15.
Just my parents didn't have the financial to really afford it. I was around 7 years old when that happened.
I remember my mom saying, that food was going to be hard to put on the table, that month or for the time.
I mean, when you go a week without food and you don't know where the next meal is going to come from, and you see your mom struggling to figure that out. There's so much in life that shouldn't have to be worried about.
I came here to do something different, right? To make my mom proud. And I was like, watch, I'm gonna find a place where I can live and where I can go to school. And that's what I did. I never lost my hope or my faith in God.
Everything I owned fit in a little laundry bag is what I would use to carry it around. Just a little of everything from everywhere is what helped me get through.
A pair of shoes that I would always wear. That was the only pair of shoes I have, and have a bunch of holes in it. Talking with my friends back then, I remember telling them, my dream is to have a pair of new shoes.
My dad tells me, that one of his friends calls him over. But right before, my dad leaves, his friend tells him, here's a basket of, food. And he said, hopefully, this can help you guys, out right now,
And then I met this other family that they took me in as their own kid. It was a huge difference.
The reason I wanted to participate is because I want to make a difference. There are kids that were just like me nowadays, and life will become better.
That person, however, it was that he knew that, we were struggling, helped us out, helped our family out. And it was a very warm and grateful time that year.
This is not just the end, maybe this is the beginning of something else, something better.
Because honestly, I was that kid. I was in their shoes. And, today I am where I am because of those that helped.
I was the kid you are helping today.
I was that kid.
Yo fui ese niño a quien ustedes están ayudando ahora.
Yo fui uno de los niños que hoy tú estás ayudando.
Yo era esa niña que hoy estás ayudando.
I was the kid that you are helping this season.
Okay, so I thought, why not start with this one? And I'll tell you why I started with that one. Uh, Most of the people there, like I said, are in corporate. The man in the blue shirt, it's already a general manager of one of the biggest countries for life. And I never knew this story about him. And the other thing is, a lot of these people are in North America. And a lot of the time we think that because people are in North America, they have everything. And there's no poverty and of course you cannot really compare sometimes the poverty of an American with the poverty of a Colombian or an African. Like there is levels, I understand, because I'm Colombian, but at the same time it's the same situation, which is there is hunger, there is poverty, there's broken families, there's children that will die because of malnutrition. There are mothers that will not be able to breastfeed their children because of malnutrition. So it really is a pandemic. It's a global pandemic. Like now, overuse that term, but it is. So why I love the subject that we chose for today with Gabi, like I said, unfortunately, she really had a really good segment. So the part that I was going to do is show you a little bit more where to find For Life, the Foundation for Life, and Fortify. And I think where J. Mike can help me is because I remember he inspired me very much about how this is one of the only companies where you can use For Life Fortify as a part of your LP. And a lot of people don't know that. I didn't know that until Michael actually kind of taught me and walked me through it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, I'm going to share the screen again, and I'm going to show you Foundation for Life. So I think there may not be a lot of new people today, but if there are, I want to show you that it's a completely independent page from For Life. It's foundationforlife.org. Beautiful page that you can share. Here you can find things that, and I want you to put yourself in this mode. When he says, I was the child that you are helping, this video is designed for all of us. This is the child that I'm helping doesn't mean this is the child that For Life is helping. Do you see these people dancing? They're not the corporate people. They are distributors, affiliates all around the world, making different events so that they can go and do trees, go and feed. Sorry, I get also a little bit emotional when I do foundation, trying to contain myself here. When you do all the campaigns. And so I want to make sure that as this video that you're like watching right now runs, you remember that it says, alone, each of us can only influence the world. It's together that we can change the world. And so there are many projects. This is when they were building the houses in Colombia and Ecuador. They have done bringing supplies to schools. And give me a second. I think Vance, can you find me the open mic, please? Thank you. And so when we say you are making a difference, you are. And you might be asking yourself, but I'm in Kenya and I haven't really done anything. So today is my invitation to you on how you will be able to do something if you haven't done so. And some of you may be thinking, oh, it's about donating. I can donate, but I don't even have enough money for my LP. So how am I going to donate? I don't even have enough money to feed my family. How do I plan to feed others? But we will give you some tips, and it really is about doing it together. If you think that you know a family or that you know a church, a foundation, an orphanage, you can actually register or write to For Life to be considered to be one of the foundations that they support. Now, let's say that it's, they receive a lot of applications and you don't get chosen corporate-wise. You can actually still, and I think some of the ladies under Jessie do that. I think maybe Jessie can help me by, supporting this, but I think she does. what we did here in Canada and what you can do is you can do something with your team and raise the money. And even if it's $20 or 20 euros or 20 shilling, whatever your coin is, your currency, even if it's 20 or 30 or 5, and you will donate, you can donate it, you're making a difference. And it doesn't have to be alone. And so a lot of the times, this is also about team building. So let's look at a little bit at, to this page. One second, let me go back here. Let's read the mission. And so I read it when I was preparing, I said, what a beautiful thing to break the cycle of poverty and create extraordinary opportunities for children. So we also have to know exactly where For Life stands, because even though they're building houses and they have a pandemic relief and they support when there's a disaster, our call is for the children. We invite the goodwill and participation of everyone to help us empower vulnerable children in local communities around the world. And why is this important? Because for me, it was one of the reasons. I became a mother when I joined For Life, and I joined For Life because I wanted to help other mothers. And at the same time, I wanted to help other mothers to raise healthy children. And I wanted to teach and educate people on health and nutrition. But this company aligned perfect with my mission. It doesn't mean that others don't. I used to work in a company where it was breast cancer because it was the company for women. So at that time, I thought it, worked a lot on breast cancer. But when I found For Life and I knew it was for the children, I knew that it was aligning even more with what was happening. So there's some stories here that I invite you to watch. And this is our founder, Bianca Lisenby, with one of her grandchildren. And right here at the bottom, it says Foundation For Life, Facebook page, YouTube, and Instagram. And so it's really nice. Here's the last blog. It says, I just donated to For Life Foundation. So I'm just going to direct you to the For Life Foundation Facebook page, Foundation For Life Facebook page. And again, if you haven't signed up or registered for this page, simply go, you click on like, and you look at things that are happening with your foundation. This is your company. This is your business. Here, and again, because most of us are learning how to do a lot of social profile, and we're doing what we call attraction marketing. For those of you that are taking the courses, I've seen some of you do a really good job on WhatsApp and Facebook, and it says, don't talk about your product. Don't talk about your company. These are one of the things that actually Facebook will allow you to talk. And you're not saying anything about For Life, but you're saying so much about For Life. And so this one, you see this one, National Give Something Away Day. I'm sure there was a lot of people just hashtagging this. Most of us have the benefit of having more than we need to live. If you're watching today this presentation, you probably do. That means you have either a phone or a computer, and that means you have internet. That's a lot. That is a lot in a lot of the countries. So today's a great chance, and this was July 15. I'm just giving you an example to bless others that might need a little boost in life. Remember, it's the small acts of service that makes the biggest difference. How will you serve others today? So I have to be honest, I missed it. And because I'm only preparing this on the weekend. And when I saw it, I said, oh, this was July 15th. So it's an example of what I'm trying to tell you. If I had seen this post, I would have worn my For Life t-shirt and I would have gone and given groceries at the grocery market, that there's always like a shopping cart, but I would wear my For Life t-shirt and then snap a picture of me and say, I'm celebrating National Give Something Away Day. And I can have my For Life hat, or I can give 10 energy drinks to somebody that is hot, that is jogging, that, it was just a give day. So I could be doing a lot of social posts with this, and Facebook is going to be happy to show them. And so it talks a little bit about, well, this was July 4 because it was the independence of America. And so it was talking about that Foundation for Life was founded in 2004. So I'm not going to go over everything because that's your homework for today. And so, but I will go to the next one, which is the YouTube. So it's going to throw me in this channel, in the For Life channel. I'm in the For Life Research channel, but it takes me to all the videos in Foundation for Life. I remember watching this one. I'm not going to put it today, but it was nice because it was the founders talking about in an ABC News is very big in United States, right? They were in the news. Here they're building the houses. So why not share some of these videos? We don't have to necessarily share always product or how to do the business. Some people, like Dave Daughtry says, will be guided by joining your team because they want service. It's not that they don't need money, and it's not that they don't want more time with their family. And for sure, all of us need a little bit more health or a lot of health. But what about those that say, I want to make a change in society. I want to make a difference. I want to leave a legacy. Yes, of course, we're leaving a legacy by building other families through the business, but some people don't want to hear it. They're not into, I don't want to hear any more stories about MLM. So the last one is the Instagram. So let me just go here, and again, a beautiful make page where you can take some pictures from here and put them on your Facebook or whatever you use, right? So here's our Foundation for Life, gratitude, toad, Bianca's bicycle. I did this one when I went to Orlando. Community, get involved in education. And again, why not take some of these pictures or videos, and you can do some copy paste. This one was that she was going to be live. So let me see you tomorrow. Well, this one doesn't work for my example. Okay, our founders. This one was Father's Day. Okay, I'm trying to find one here. Again, I'll just use this one as an example. So again, if you're more of an Instagram person, you can just share it quickly to your own story or share it to someone. I'll share it right now here. Where's my sister? And there we go. So, oh, it says account not found. Maybe my sister closed her Instagram. Anyway, here's Michael. Michael is like super. I'm gonna ask Michael to talk next because he is the person that, my gosh, has the biggest heart in. Oh, it's because I'm in my other account. Okay, let me just stop the share and ask our friend Michael if he is able to talk to us a little bit about Foundation for Life. You're muted.
Thanks, Claudia. Yeah, I'd love to. Actually, many of you don't even know my story, how I came to For Life. I don't believe. Some of you know the story, but this was back in 2012, 2013. I was actually involved with some very, very good friends here in Texas with the launch of a new network marketing company, brand new. I think I was the number 4 person in the company. And I was an affiliate, but I also worked with the corporate side because I knew the corporate owners of this company. It was called Hidden Hunger Global. And the whole basis of this internet marketing company was service. We had a product that fed malnourished children around the world. And in fact, we ended up feeding some orphans in Kenya for a full year, an orphanage in Kenya that had 350 to maybe 380 orphans, and we fed them every single day for a year. And we also had water filters. The entire of this company was based on service, and it awarded its affiliates with a small amount of commission based on how many water filters we sold and how many packets of nutrition products we sold. Well, long story short, the company didn't make it, as most companies that try to become network marketing companies. You know, it's a high percentage of failures within our industry, not so with For Life. Well, jump forward to 2000 and I think it was 2014. Some friends of mine that I've known for many, many years, they had bought some of my products with Hidden Hunter Global as customers, knew the company was failing. I told them it was failing. And a good friend of mine in San Diego actually called me and says, Mike, you need to look at a company that has an amazing service program. It's a health and wellness immune system. Never heard of For Life, but they had the Fortify product back then. And long story short, I was recruited into For Life using the service side, the foundation side. I didn't even know anything about transfer factor. I was impressed that they had fed at that time, I think it was 4 million, maybe 5 million children back in 2014. They had fed that many children with our Fortify program. Well, I was recruited. I said, this is amazing. This is what I've been trying to do for the last 2 years with our own company. So I was actually recruited through Foundation using all their marketing things, a lot of which Claudia was sharing today, and the value of Fortify and how it affects so many children all over the world. And that's how I got I signed up under her in San Diego. She happened to also live a few blocks down from Dave and Gabby. They were personal friends. Next day, Dave calls me the next day. And I didn't know who the heck Dave was. I didn't have any idea. I just thought he was a good old affiliate with For Life. No idea he was top of the chain or top of the network. But anyway, and they have become great personal friends of Gabby and I. But that's my story. Foundation for Life. My point is, guys, we're an immune system product company, and we're growing extremely rapidly all over the globe right now, marketing our immune products. But there's a lot of people in our world that they want a service. And when they see Foundation for Life, as Claudia says, which is a different company, it's a nonprofit company, nonprofit 501c3 and set up in the United States, 100% nonprofit. And every dollar we give to For Life, Foundation for Life, 100% goes to the mission of helping these children around the world. Dave and Bianca, they absorb the admission. They pay all the administration costs of Foundation. You do not pay a penny. They pay it. So it's one of the only nonprofits I know of. There's others, but one nonprofit I know that 100, you give a dollar, it will go to helping the children. So we've got Judy and I give every month in our a loyalty program, a certain amount to Foundation for Life. And we buy bags of Fortify every single month. I have customers I reach out to every so often. I'll run a campaign like Claudia said, run a campaign, and I'll call 50 of my friends and saying, hey, Judy and I are doing a push to feed more children. Can you buy a bag of Fortify from us? I send it to them with my app in my cart. It's in the cart. They check out, boom, buy it, and it's sold. And 21 life points show up in my reports. So it's a great product. I encourage you to sell it, to buy it also. Well, buy and donate and Fortify, because you don't buy it, it doesn't come to you. It goes straight to the distributor who's distributing it all over the world. But I hope that some of you are new. I don't recognize a lot of people on here. Some of you have been here, I've known for, forever and ever. But gosh, Foundation for Life and the service side, I don't know if you guys know, we actually have an orphanage that we help support in South Africa, north of Johannesburg. And I can't think of the name of it. It's named after.
I can show it. You can keep talking. I'm gonna.
Anyway, and I always, when I'm talking to corporate, when I'm at the corporate offices, and when I'm at the conventions and talking to Foundation for Life people there, and Bianca, I don't hardly ever get to see Bianca, but some of the other people, I ask, how are we doing in Africa? How are the children in Africa doing? It's the only one we have in Africa. And there it is, Legacy Center of Nkosi's right there. And I don't know, you ask a lot of people who've been with For Life for years, they have no idea that we have an orphanage in South Africa that we help support. So right there, you can, some of your money, some of your dollars that are given to Foundation for Life are going to help this orphanage and these children. So, but that was what brought me to the company. It was probably a month or at least a few weeks before I found out about transfer factor. I was buying, I think I bought 5 bags of Fortify to qualify for my first month back then. You can't do that anymore, but they've got some limits on how much you can buy, but I get around that by buying Fortify from some of my other affiliates. But so guys, anyway, any questions on Foundation, call me. Any questions on Fortify, call me. I'm a big advocate for Fortify. I actually have a group on Facebook called Nourish 10 Million Children, and we market it on there. You can feel free to say something on there and put your link in to buying a bag of Fortify, so you get credit for it on that Nourish 10,000 children. And it's not in there. I don't have that to sell it necessarily for me. There it is, Nourish 10 million children. And put your link in there. And I have in my Linktree account, I have Help Me Feed 10 Million Children, and they can click that Linktree account, go straight to my shop, and they can buy a bag of Fortify. And so I'm always promoting Fortify and always promoting Foundation for Life.
Michael, so let's go slow. Can you hear me? Hold on. Am I on?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go slowly, because you threw a lot of ideas out there. And so these are great, because this is exactly what I wanted to kind of share with people. So Michael always goes the extra mile with service. Like I said, I know he's very humble, but he has a lot of children that he has sponsored for like a lifetime in from their little kids' lifetime to adult in Africa and Ethiopia, right, Michael? Michael.
Yes,
Yes.
I've sponsored. You're exactly right. So many children that we started sponsoring when they were young, 8, 9, 10. Now they're in their 20s and 30s, and they have their own children now. But it was a blessing to be able to serve those kids, and all through their lives, I received way more blessing from them than I ever probably gave to them. But
that's what you always say. So what Michael is saying,
right there, guys,
notes, is that one of the things he did was open a Facebook group. So you are able to open a Facebook group and set up a goal. Michael says, as a team, as For Life, we can feed 10 million children. And it's just a nice, and again, he does it from the heart. He's not just doing it for sales, but it may sound a little, saley right now for me. But what I'm trying to say, please, open your heart. I'm not trying to say use Foundation to increase your sales. What I'm saying is, if you're like Michael, which is your heart is service oriented, you can do so much more that we don't do. Make that icebreaker. I have an open mic. One sec. Yvonne, careful. Mic keeps opening. It's the second time I close you, Yvonne. Thank you. So what you can do is maybe open a Facebook page like this. So you see, Michael is so good managing his business. July 22nd, he's saying, we need your help feeding 10 million. Link is to my bio to donate a bag of Fortify. Each bag can feed up to 24 malnourished children. That's an incredible statement. So Michael got a beautiful picture. He wrote what is in the top, and then he posted it on this group, and I'm sure he posted it in a lot of other sites of his social media. So Michael was the perfect example for me to tell you how to use service in your For Life business, because like Michael says, 21 points go into your account, 21 LPs from helping feed children. That's something that can move a lot of people. It can move the world. So if you're not in this page, please make sure you are. You go in, Nourish 10 Million Children. And then the last thing was where he said—
And Claudia, can I say one thing too? Again, I emphasize, guys, feel free to use this group with your link. I did use my link, or I said my link is in my bio in that post. But there are other links in here. You'll see that Judy has her link in there for buying. And I think many of you have already put your Fortify links in there to buy Fortify so that you get credit for it. And I encourage you, I set these groups up to sell Fortify globally. Yes, I like to sell it because it just makes me feel good, but whoever sells it means a child's going to be fed. So put your links in there. Get that Fortify link from your My Shop and save it as a favorite and use it every once in a while. Just get somebody just to help feed some children.
Now, I have to go, fortunately, I'm going to take my mom to her exam. For those of you that know, my mom broke her arm. She's doing great, but I have to run to the hospital. And Michael is going to help me close the meeting. Please, if you have any questions, but here's what I'd like Michael to concentrate now the next little part on, and it's specifically what is Fortify, because we have been talking about Fortify, Mike. But you know what? Maybe some people don't even know what we're talking about. So let's take it from the beginning, but you share your screen and tell people what Fortify is, because I tell you, when I knew we could feed that many kids with one bag, I also went like, I can't believe that if I buy one bag, I can feed that many people. And I don't know if they still have the bundle, but you could feed like a family of 5 if you got the bundles. So I'm going to let Michael take the host. Bansi is here helping you, Michael. So, and I'm going to go for now. Thank you, everybody. It's so good to see you. And Michael, thank you for taking over.
Thank you, Claudia. You can find everything you want to know about Fortify from your office and go to it. Let's see if I can, I'm not even going to pull it up right now, but it is a great product. And the other unique thing about it, there are a lot of children's malnutrition packets out there. A lot of them based on peanut butter. They're little sticks that go around where the US government sends it, are all over the world. The unique thing about ours in Fortify is it has transfer factor in it. It's the only child's malnutrition product that I know of in the world that has transfer factor in it. And we have had studies of children in Colombia and South America and Guatemala who've taken Fortify for months. Their health, not only are their nutrition value, but their health, they're not missing as many days in school. Their immune system has been boosted. So that's another big plus with Fortify. And as I said, it can feed a bag of Fortify, can feed a child for up to a month, or a bag of Fortify can feed 24 children in a sitting. So, and there's plenty of For Life videos out there you can find people on affiliates and corporate going to third world countries. If I'm not mistaken, and I need to clarify this, Feed the Children is an international nonprofit organization. They're all over the world. They're in East Africa. They go all over the world. And when you buy a bag of Fortify, of course, we don't receive it. Corporate sends that bag. They wait, I'm sure they send truckloads of it to Feed the Children, which is in Oklahoma. Their home office is in Oklahoma. Feed the Children then distributes that bag of Fortify. We give it to Feed the Children. They distribute it all over the world for no additional charges and no additional fees. So they love that we are giving them bags and hundreds and thousands of bags of Fortify. And then they go and decide, corporate can help. I'm sure corporate works to Feed the Children on where to feed them, but it's up to Feed the Children. And as far as I think Feed the Children is in Kenya. I think we could lobby corporate to help feed some children in Kenya through Feed the Children. And I don't know if that's possible, but it's a great idea to try. So it's a great product, guys. It was a product that brought me to the company. It's a product that they showed me what I could do and impact the world. They have changed the program a little bit for some administration reasons and some corporate reasons. We used to could buy packs of them, 5 bags at a time, and get a discount. We can't do that anymore, but it's still out there. They're still committed to giving and feeding children. So don't forget about Fortify. And I think enough has been said about that. Guys, if you haven't sold a bag lately, go sell it. Ask somebody to buy a bag. And that's one product, well, the only product that we have that we benefit, yes, from the LP. But that's something that humanitarian people, my circle of friends and family, my sister is not a For Life affiliate. She's not even, she buys product from me occasionally, but she probably buys 8, maybe 10 bags of Fortify a year. Every 3 months, I'll say, Jan, we're pushing Fortify again this month. Our team, we're trying to feed some children. Can you buy a bag? And she'll say, sure, send me a link. I send her a link and she buys 1 or 2, 3 bags. But she buys about 8 bags a year from me. And she's family, but my friends too, my friends in mission work and church, at my church, they always will buy a bag, 1 or 2 bags from me if I ask, because they know it's benefiting, it's benefiting a child. So use Fortify, can help you finish out the month. I know we're doing BOGO in the United States this week, and I haven't decided if I'm going to do the whole packet again. I look at buying the entire BOGO all week, but we'll definitely, on wherever we buy BOGO, whichever one we buy, Judy and I will add a bag of Fortify. We're committed. Such a great deal. Buy one, get one free. I'm going to add as well. So always, when I'm ordering throughout the month myself, I'll add a bag of Fortify to the order. So one last thing real quickly before we end this. It's I know it's late in Kenya, and I see a lot of the team here from Kenya on there. Omar, I don't know if you are able to talk or not. And this is primarily for North America, I know, is the interview with Dave Daughtry on again for this Wednesday? I know we had to postpone it last week. It's very, very late or very, very early in the morning for Africa. It is primarily for North America because it's 9 p.m. Eastern time, I believe. But Omar, is that back on for this week?
Absolutely. Well, first off, greetings to everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good night, good evening. I don't know what time it is. But thank you, Mr. J. Michael Smith, for giving me this opportunity. Yeah, it's actually happening this Wednesday, 27th, 9 p.m. Eastern, New York time, and 6 Pacific time. So, God willing, yes, everything is so far. It's going. So hopefully, we don't get any other intervention by the man and then elite. But yeah, it's going to be there. It's going to be an amazing interview. We're gonna go a little in depth and make it as possible. So anybody who can connect from anywhere, they're more than welcome. Mr. J. Michael Smith, I think you have the link. If not, I'll share it to you as well. And we'll have it.
Guys, if you don't know Omar is from New Jersey, leads a dynamic team up there. He has a Spanish-speaking team, English-speaking team, and he's hosting this event. So it is his event that he's hosting, and Dave's been more than generous to be on his at this meeting. And there are limited seats, so reach out to Omar. He's somebody you should connect with anyway if you don't know him. We met him years ago, I believe, in Salt Lake City when I first met you in person, Omar, and we've become very, very good friends. He's got a team down here in Texas, in the Valley, I know, and so. But reach out to him, and it's going to be a dynamic meeting Wednesday night. And again, I think all of you know we're really putting a push on growing America right now. For Life is global, no doubt about it. And I encourage, and Kenya is exploding, I understand. Congratulations to so many of you guys that requalified for your bonuses. And I saw that this week in Kenya. That's fantastic. But if you get a chance, use these BOGOs to create a leg in America. And America is going to take off here in the next few years. We're going to really focus on America as well as global, right in our backyard. And and that's kind of what we're going to kick off with Wednesday night. And Dave's going to talk about that, his emphasis on America. And this BOGO program we've got this week is going to be dynamic because we've got free shipping and free enrollment through the end of the month in America. So that's, I mean, it's so easy now. Just what incredible benefit. But thanks, Omar. We'll see you Wednesday night. And if you have interest,
Absolutely.
reach
Thank
out to
you,
Omar.
Mr. J. Michael Smith. You
You're
guys have
welcome,
an amazing
Omar.
one.
Great. Anybody else have any comments that we just finished the last, we got a few more days of the month to finish up this month really, really strong. And I don't know if anybody else has something they'd like to say and congratulate somebody. Have there been any more advancements in ranks or promotions in East Africa? Feel free to raise your hand or just jump on, unmute Jesse or Dr. Ogina and highlight some of your key people that are doing so well in East Africa. Avis Tan, I don't know you. Who are you? Go ahead and unmute.
Hi, Michael. I'm Avis. I'm way down the line in Dave Daughtry's organization. I'm from Malaysia.
Welcome.
Hi. Yes, so I've been taking this product for like 15 years now, and I've decided that I really need to start in network marketing because the product is amazing and not enough people know it. And of course, yes, I want to increase my income. And yes, so what you said just now about BOGO, using BOGO to create a new line in US, how do we do that? What is the idea behind that?
Amy, that's a great question. And what I'm doing is, well, number one, you do have to have somewhat of a network, or at least some network of somebody here in America you can reach out to. And I have some, friends that are not in For Life that I have relationships with. Going on years and years, sometimes decades. So I'm reaching out to some of my new friends, or my friends, and just sharing with them. Some of them already know about For Life, some don't. But I'm just sharing that this is a perfect opportunity to try our products here in America with a great buy one, get one free, no shipping charge, 0 shipping, and you can enroll as a preferred customer for free. So it's just a great combination. But yes, you're going to have to reach out, and I would encourage you to reach out to people that you do know within America. If you don't know anybody, you need to start creating some relationships on other networks, whether it be LinkedIn or Twitter or Facebook. Start building relationships with people that you know in America, or look down your downline. Who in your downline knows somebody in America? Help them get a line going in America. So it is work. You just have to work. It's all about relationships. It's all about knowing people and keeping relationships going positive, and asking them if they are open to looking at this opportunity. And this month in America, July, is the best time that I've known of in a long time to join For Life. They can buy buy a bottle of Renuvo, get a bottle of Renuvo free. That goes until midnight tonight, and then tomorrow will be another one. Buy one, get one free, and free shipping and free enrollment. So you can set that up. You can send them that link through your app, through the For Life app, using My Shop. It's easy to do, and I could add Avis. I could just send that directly to you by Twitter. By text message, by email, variety of ways. You put it in the cart. Actually, it's already in your cart. You accept it, hit checkout. It'll set up you, and if you want to become a preferred customer for free, it put you through that process. Checkout, and the product's on its way. Now that's, again, if you were living in America. So hope that answers.
Well, we also had BOGO here last week.
I saw that. You guys, and they had
Yeah,
BOGO.
we had for 3 days, and the thing is, well, my upline never, it didn't occur to any of us that we could use this as an enrollment tool, for someone to get in for a
Free.
very good price,
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I just bought it for myself and my parents and my, and I was thinking, if someone would like to buy something, I've got extra product, I could sell it and just earn from there, but
Exactly.
really, this is such a great idea, and I wish I thought about it earlier, you
Oh,
know.
Well,
So
you've got the right attitude about it. In fact, I was wondering. Now, I am really trying to push. I build my business globally, and I'm blessed to have a global business. But right, I am focused on between now and our convention in October, growing my Texas team and my Hawaii team and a team in Colorado, my American team. But I was curious. I've been curious. They did BOGO in Europe last week. In fact, I think they're still doing BOGO in Europe. And I'm going, how do I use BOGO in Europe through my account to find a customer in Spain or Italy to join my team? And so I've reached out to corporate to find out if there's a way in my app I can just change it to send somebody in Spain their BOGO. And because I have contacts in Spain and I have contacts in Europe and Italy and a few in Germany actually too, but I haven't heard back from corporate on that one. But that's kind of off track. That's really stepping out of the box and start building and recruiting outside the United States and other countries using the app. But anyway,
fantastic.
well, guys, it's coming up on 12:55. I'm sure want to try to close this out before the hour. I know it's about 10 p.m. in Kenya. And so I like to say
It's 1:55 for me in Malaysia.
And oh my gosh. Well, welcome. I'm
Yeah.
so glad you joined us today. I'm sorry that I hope Gabby's emergency wasn't too critical, and I hope it is a small emergency and she wasn't able to join us today. But thank everybody for joining. Love seeing all you guys. Hi, Nellie. Gosh, I see Bancy on here. Jesse, of course. Oh, Dr. Gina's always on here. So Margaret, gosh, good to see you, Margaret. And everybody, I sure appreciate you joining us today. I'm going to stop the recording and we'll close out the meeting for this week. It's the last week of the month, so let's really finish strong and see a lot of growth all over the globe. And if I can help you or any of us can help you in North America with building a team here, you know we're here to help you. And I've got to get down to Houston, Nellie, and talk to Lucy down there. We need to get her back up and moving. But there's some of you do have some legs here in the United States, and you're blessed. So this is a good time to use the BOGOs to grow those teams and get those teams in America growing as well. So God bless every single one of you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I'll say goodbye for now. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.